and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Hello and welcome to Bird Talk Radio. I am your host, Joshua Martin. I'll be going over the games, the scores, and, everything Philadelphia Eagles. Go Birds. Now let's start the show. Bird Talk Radio, or actually your sports talk brought to you by Bird Talk Radio on this beautiful Tuesday night after USA defeated Iran in the World Cup, and we are moving on to the elimination stage, baby. Woo! We beat Iran 1-0 in a very tight game, really. Like, both teams just played absolutely amazing. Pulisic got the lone goal, I should say. He did go down with some rib injuries. He's at the hospital right now. He should be fine. Hopefully he'll come back for the Netherlands. We play them Sunday. But USA is in it. We are in it. In it to win it. I believe that we will win. Yes, sir. I hope everyone had a beautiful Thanksgiving weekend, or Thanksgiving week, I should say. I hope everyone had safe travels coming into wherever you guys were going to. But Thanksgiving, we had a lot of beautiful football games. It started with the Bills and the Lions, a very, 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 very good game. The Lions should have won that one. They had the lead. They literally had the lead with... No, I take that back. They didn't have the lead. They tied it up with a beautiful field goal. 23 seconds left, Josh Allen has. That's it. Just 23 seconds left. He goes down the field. And, of course, he gets them in field goal range, and they win the game 28-25 against the Detroit Lions. The Giants and the Cowboys also played later that day. I think it was the total views for all three Thanksgiving game days. All three Thanksgiving games were 135 million total views for those three games. That's absolutely insane. How many people just tune in to watch football during Thanksgiving? It is definitely America's sport right now. But yeah, the Cowboys won 28-20 against the New York Giants. They did play in Dallas, so it was the Giants. They had a good game. It's just Dallas just won it. That's all I can really say. Dak Prescott, he threw for 2 touchdowns. Ezekiel Elliott, he ran for 1. He had actually a decent game. CeeDee Lamb, another beautiful game, 6 receptions, 106 receiving yards. And just, they came out with the win. It's just a team I'm scared for. Philadelphia plays Dallas I believe December 24th. That's going to be a deciding factor for who wins the NFC East. That's what it looks like. Another exciting game, Patriots and Vikings. The Vikings, it was a good comeback after that massive blowout against the Cowboys. And they came back and won this one 33-26. Although Mac Jones did throw for 2 touchdowns for the Patriots, he had a good game for them. But just Justin Jefferson is going to be, he's already a top 5 receiver in the league, probably top 3. But in the future, it's going to be his name that's going to be passed around. He's going to have a beautiful career, and I just hope he stays healthy, because that's all we wish for every player out there anyways, but I just want Justin Jefferson to stay healthy mainly. He had 9 receptions, 139 receiving yards, and 1 receiving touchdown for his Thanksgiving Day performance. All right, if we go on to the 1 o'clock games, they were actually some more good games there. Buccaneers and Browns. That one, it was supposed to be a win for the Buccaneers, but the Browns came back in the final, I believe it was the final 2 minutes. They came back and scored to tie it up. They sent it to overtime, and the Browns got the win in that one. Nick Chubb got the rushing touchdown to win it. He had actually a decent game too, 26 carries, 116 rushing yards, and like that one lone touchdown. And they got the win over the Buccaneers, 23-17. Yeah. Bengals and Titans. T. Higgins, another just amazing performance, wide receiver for the Bengals. 7 receptions, 114 receiving yards, and 1 receiving touchdown. They got the win over the Titans. They move on to 7-4. It was not a wild card, it was a playoff rematch game from last year. Bengals went into Tennessee and beat them last year. They come in the same stadium, come into Tennessee and beat them again. 20-16 was the end of that game. Bengals move on to 7-4. And with the Ravens' loss, they have a good chance of winning the AFC North. And that would be really exciting because I know they get Jamar Chase back next game. He was supposed to come back for the Titans, but I think it was a good job holding him off, making sure he's healthy through a deep playoff run if they can succeed in that again. Texans and Dolphins. Katie, if you want to pull up that first image of the Dolphins, because that game was an absolute blowout. The score was 30-15. Dolphins won it. The score does not really show how much of a blowout it was. What you have to do is go on YouTube and look up the highlights of the first half. Just the first half. They scored 10 points in the first quarter and 20 points in the second. And Houston scored nothing in that first half at all. It was just a complete dominant performance. Not even by Tua, but it was a dominant performance by the whole team. They had defensive touchdowns. They had passing touchdowns from Tua, who had 299 passing yards. Just overall, absolutely dominant performance by the Dolphins. They moved to 8-3 on the season, 5-1 at home. They have a beautiful, just amazing performance by them. If Tua had that nasty tackle where his back went kind of backwards, he kind of did like a Keanu Reeves move from The Matrix. It was a scary sight, but they took him out of the second half, which I think is a smart decision by, oh my God, I can't remember the coach's name right now. Oh, Mike McDaniel. It was a good call by him to take him out of the second half. Hopefully he's fine, but just dominant performance by Miami. Moving on to an exciting game, the Bears and the Jets. And why I say it's exciting is because we have 2 new quarterbacks that played for both teams. Now, Trevor Siemian from the Bears, he came in because Justin Fields had a shoulder injury and he was out for that one game. But Mike White came in for the Jets because they benched Zach Wilson, the big story of last week. But Mike White came in 22 of 28, 315 passing yards, and 3 passing touchdowns. They dominated the Bears, 31-10. And what was more exciting was Garrett Wilson was more involved. 5 receptions, 95 receiving yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, and Elijah Moore, who came to the front office of the Jets and says, "I want to trade." If you have Mike White back there, he gave 2 deep balls to Elijah Moore as well. He had 2 receptions. I believe both of them went for touchdowns as well too. But just absolute dominant performance by the Jets. Obviously, they're going to stick with Mike White till things don't go his way. But I mean, he put a really good showcase for himself this past game against the Bears, 31-10. Just absolutely dominant performance by him. I'll give him a little golf clap for that. Falcons and Commanders. That was an exciting game as well. Brian Robinson, who had the tragic story, not tragic story, just heroic story, actually, underdog story, because he got shot in the leg, came back, still playing at a high level, 18 carries, 105 rushing yards. Awesome. It's just awesome to see him do that. They came out to win in that one 19-13. Commanders move on to 7-5 on the season. And the NFC East is just dominating right now. Everyone above 500. Broncos and Panthers. The defensive lineman for the Broncos, I can't think of his name right now, but there's a video of him going around yelling at Russell Wilson, saying something like, "I need you to be in this." And Russell Wilson says, "Yeah, I care, man. I care about the team." That whole locker room, it's probably going to be a mess if the season goes on like this. They lost to the Panthers 23-10, and it's just there's no offense by the Broncos at all. And you have to, you know where you put it. You know where you put it. You put it on the quarterback. You put it on the man that you paid $250 million for. But he's not coming out here, and he's not doing anything. Yeah, but Sam Darnold, I can't shy away from him. He decent game. 11 of 19, 164 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown. And DJ Moore, I guess he had the exciting game. Him and Dante Foreman, the running back for Carolina, though they had the exciting game, but just the offense from the Broncos is not there at all. And they moved to 3-8 all the season after that loss. Just, I don't know. Ravens and Jaguars was a really good game at the fourth quarter. Trevor Lawrence had just an exciting game. It was really good to see him perform and shine. 29-37, 321 passing yards, and 3 passing touchdowns. I know that's what Jacksonville was looking for him, and that's why they got him first overall for performances like these. And it was a comeback victory, too, in the fourth quarter. Another story for the Ravens. That's another whole little thing. Baltimore losing another game in the fourth quarter, not being able to hold on to that lead. But just awesome performance by Trevor Lawrence and Zay Jones, wide receiver of Jacksonville. 11 receptions, 145 receiving yards. And they came out with the win in that one, 28-27 over the Baltimore Ravens. Chargers and Cardinals. A good game from them. Justin Herbert played pretty good. He threw for 3 touchdowns. And just excited. They went for 2 points at the end to take the lead to win that one, 25-24. Kind of messed up, but if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then you just walk home with your head in the dump. But it worked. They won it, 25-24. Go Chargers. Woo woo. Raiders and Seahawks. That was, if you had Josh Jacobs on your fantasy team, just congratulations to you, because I know you won that week unless you only had Josh Jacobs and everyone else was just like out. Or you forgot to, I don't know. But Josh Jacobs, 33 carries, 229 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. And the biggest rushing touchdown of the night was obviously his 86-yard walk-off in overtime against the Seahawks. What that means for the Raiders season? Probably nothing, because they're still 4-7. But Josh Jacobs had an amazing performance. Whether he didn't, I believe he didn't sign on to his 5th-year deal, so whether he goes to a new team or not, his trade stock has definitely risen up after this performance, by far. So that's a good thing for the Raiders, I guess, but just unbelievable performance by him. Unbelievable. I believe he had a total scrimmage yards of 303 because he did have 79 receiving yards as well. 46 fantasy points, 47 fantasy points, something like that. Just awesome, man. Rams and Chiefs. Just another Rams loss. A disappointing season for them. It's kind of sad. They even lost Allen Robinson of the season now, too. He had a foot injury. He's gone. And that whole season is just in shambles for them. But the Chiefs, they move on to a 9-2 record. They won 26-10. Touchdowns from everywhere. Isaiah Pacheco, he had a rushing touchdown. Patrick Mahomes had a touchdown. The one touchdown was Travis Kelce. Just the Chiefs are different. The Chiefs are, I think the Birds, I think the Eagles are a complete team. The Chiefs are a true complete team because they have the experience. They may have not a young team, but they have an experienced team, a playoff experienced team. And that's why they're just so dominant. Andy Reid I miss him so much. He's always going to be a top 3 coach. He's going to be a Hall of Fame coach. He's going to be one of the greatest coaches of NFL history. And it's just awesome to see what he can do for Kansas City right now with Patrick Mahomes being the next great, Saints and 49ers. 49ers came out with a win in that one. Nothing really much to say. Jimmy Garoppolo had another decent performance, not what we saw last Monday, but 26-37, 222 passing yards and 1 passing touchdown, the only touchdown of the game. They beat the Saints 13-0, and the 49ers moved to 7-4 on the season. They take the lead in the NFC West. They take the lead over the Seahawks after the Seahawks just lost to the Raiders. So, yeah, the 49ers are another team I believe that the NFC should look out for because when they're healthy, they're good. They're good. And on to Sunday Night Football, the Birds came out and absolutely put on a show against the Packers. It was a good game. Yes, it was a good game. It wasn't like a complete dominant performance, but we played good. We played good. Jalen Hurts played good. Overall, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, he's coming back soon. He's not out for the season. He's out indefinitely with a rib injury, so he should be coming back soon, hopefully. But Jalen Hurts, 153 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Not that, though. 17 carries, 157 rushing yards from our quarterback. And, let me get it here. Miles Sanders, 21. There's Jalen Hurts, that beautiful man right there. Miles Sanders, 21 carries, 143 rushing yards as well, too. We had a total of 363 rushing yards that game. Just dominant performance. Aaron Rodgers did go down. He didn't go down. He was dealing with a thumb injury. He said he has a broken thumb. How much that is true, I have no idea. He went out. Jordan Love comes in. And it made me stay up and watch the game till the end because Jordan Love came in and made it a little interesting, I'll say. He had a huge 65-yard pass to Christian Watson, rookie wide receiver for Green Bay. And he made things interesting, but we came out with the win in that one. Thank God. 40-33 over the Packers. Awesome performance. And then Monday night to wrap up the football, Steelers and Colts. Steelers got the win in that one, 24-17. Jonathan Taylor had a touchdown for all you fantasy owners out there. Just didn't come out with the win. I'm going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'll give you I'll tell you how the Heat are doing. I'll give you some Florida Panther news, and I'll give you my top 5 teams in the NFL as of right now. But as of right now, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. In a world.
Everyone, I'm your host, Daniel.
That is terrible. Where movies and trivia collide.
I'm a vampire.
Twilight.
2 ridiculously good-looking game show hosts.
I'm your host, Daniel.
And I am Joshua Martin.
We'll tackle the challenge of being the best at movie trivia.
All right, this is about a board game that comes to life.
This guy repeats his day over and over and over again.
The power of Christ compels you.
Movie Wars.
Hello, and welcome back to your Sports Talk, brought to you by Bird Talk Radio. My name is Joshua Martin. I'll be your host for tonight. If you want to call in, 888-994-4995, Studio A. I've always wanted some heated debate, some heated controversy, some heated talk. So please call in to the radio station. I will go over, I guess I can go over my top 5 teams real quick. Just put that on the screen, just shout it out real quick to get some controversy out there, hopefully. But my number 1 team, I still have the Eagles. It was the same one as last time, but I think it should stay the same. Eagles got to win. Chiefs got to win. Cowboys got to win. Dolphins got to win, and San Francisco got to win. Eagles, I think they have the best all-around team. I think the Chiefs are lacking a little bit on the defensive side, more in the secondary, especially when they lost Tyrann Mathieu. I know the Eagles lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson, but he is not out for the season. He should be coming back, especially for playoff time, so that'll be nice to see. Dallas Cowboys is definitely the team I'm scared of in the NFC, especially when they're in our division. Micah Parsons is going to be the next great of defensive position. He's going to be the defensive king in the future. And then the Miami Dolphins, the number 1 team in the AFC East, they can be the number 1 team in the AFC too if the Chiefs weren't there. The Dolphins are doing good this year, and it's kind of fun to see being from South Florida. San Francisco, that's another team to look out for. Like I said before, when they're healthy, they're good. That's the only problem. They just got to stay healthy. Jimmy Garoppolo has to be just a good quarterback. He doesn't have to be anything exceptional. He doesn't have to be Tom Brady. He doesn't have to be, showboaty and flashy and all that. He just has to be a good quarterback, someone that can deliver the ball good. Nothing escaping the pocket and running out for like a wheel route and throwing it 40 yards down the field or anything like that. No. So, yeah, I have the Eagles at number 1 being the best team, Kansas City Chiefs at number 2, Dallas Cowboys at 3, Miami Dolphins at 4, and San Francisco 49ers at 5. And those are my top 5 teams as of right now. All right, before wrapping things up, I wanted to give you some standings because I want to cover all sports as well, not just football. It's just football's my specialty, so that's why I give that to you out there. We talked about USA today, how they had a beautiful game. So happy for them. But just some other news. Netherlands are moving on. England's moving on because they were in the same group as us. There's so much going on in this World Cup. The qualifying stages, the group stages are about over. So the playoffs are coming soon. It's going to start soon for the World Cup, which is exciting. Moving on to basketball, our Miami Heat is on a 3-game win streak. We have a tough game tomorrow night against the Boston Celtics, the number 1 team in the NBA East. Number 1 team in the Western Conference is the Phoenix Suns, who is on a 5-game win streak right now. They're 14-6 on the season. And there's no real surprising names. I guess the Cleveland Cavaliers are the big surprise in the Eastern Conference. They're the 3rd best team. They picked up Donovan Mitchell, who it seems like it's going to be a good pickup. It's actually working out for them. And going on to hockey news as of right now, the Florida Panthers they're on a 2 losing streak right now. They're 10-8. They're in the mix of things. They're not like the Boston Bruins. Boston Bruins are just dominating right now, 18-3 on the season. The Maple Leafs, they're on a good win streak. They got a 4-game win streak going on right now. They're 14-5 on the season. Really good things from them. Tampa Bay Lightning, third best team in the Eastern Atlantic Conference. Tampa Bay Lightning has been a great team. I mean, they were supposed to be a dynasty with a three-peat this past season, but it was just a sad loss. Colorado Avalanche got the win in that one. But Dallas Stars are leading the Western Conference. Actually, I take that back. The Vegas Golden Knights are leading the Western Conference 17-6. And we should see a good hockey season. So yeah, this has been the Sports Talk section brought to you by Bird Talk Radio. I am your host, Joshua Martin. If you want to be in contact with me, birdtalkradio2022@gmail.com. Or if you just want to be on the show, just get in contact me. I hope to see you guys next Tuesday, and I hope you have a beautiful drive home. Stay safe and have a good day. Thank you for watching Bird Talk Radio. Again, I am your host, Joshua Martin. If you want to contact me or be on the show, just email me at birdtalkradio2022@gmail.com, or you can call in during the show at 888-994-4995 in Studio A. Have a wonderful day, and remember, go Birds.